Now, do you remember the famous coughing case from the TV show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The whole intriguing story has been turned into a stage play called Quiz, which is currently on tour in the region. Chris Tarrant is played by the impressionist Rory Bremner, who popped into the Lucky studio between his matinee and evening performances at the Norwich Theatre Royal.
I've known Chris for a long time, and he's still teasing me about it. I still get these texts from Chris saying, "You're absolutely nothing like me at all. Who are you being? It's not even close." But I know it is. So it's been in my head. It's been sort of locked and loaded, so it's great to get the chance to do the play. I'm hoping he's going to come and see it. We're running out of time. We're only a few weeks left on the tour, and only a couple of days left in Norwich if he wants to come up here. But it's fun. It's a voice I have in my head, and he's a big character. He's a very nonchalant guy. He's very laid back. If you said the world's going to end in 4 minutes, he'd say, "Oh, okay, just got a couple of minutes here, I might go fishing or whatever." So he's fun to do, and there's a part where Chris gets asked if he wants to do the show, and he sort of gets to get talked into it, a bit like the guy who turned down the Beatles. He nearly turned down Millionaire, so that's fun, and we get the whole backstory.
So you say you know Chris. I mean, what's it like actually doing someone you know? I mean, do you worry about whether he likes it?
No, I think he knows he's in good hands, but he does tease me all the time. So he says, "You're taking the food out of my children's mouth. Why did they get the monkey when they could have got the organ grinder?" So it's actually great fun, and it's nice to do the character over a longer time, because normally it would just be part of a sort of sketch or part of a stand-up routine. But this is the whole. But I have to really keep up to the mark, because all the rest of the cast, they're all playing 4 or 5 different parts, and at such speed and pace, and I'm just kind of thinking, wow, I'm in awe of them really. But he sort of sits at the centre of the show, but there's all these actors and characters around. It's the most fun I've had on stage, actually. It really is. It's great fun to do.
And it's obviously about the coughing case, and it went to court and everything, but the play doesn't actually come down adamantly on one side or the other, whether it's true or not.
There are so many things going on, because it's, did they do it, didn't they do it? The first half of the case is the case of the prosecution, and so people get to vote, the audience get to vote. You've got little sort of keypads, and you get to vote on the Coronation Street question as well, Okay, so who is Audrey's daughter? Is it Janice, Gail, Linda or Sally? And you get to vote at the end. But in the second half, we shuffle the pack a little bit, we introduce a little bit more context. You get to meet the couple. It's very tender, actually, and you're hoping to turn the audience round, so when they vote at the end, about sort of 30%, 40% change their minds, but the audiences are absolutely loving it. I've rarely been in a thing where the audience, they enjoy the show, they laugh during the show, but they talk about it on the way home, because it's all about truth, how you tell a story. Is it confirmation bias? Are you just hearing what you want to hear?
It's quite different from what you normally do, the political satire.
It is.
I'm interested whether you think it's harder now to do political satire.
I do. I mean, we had a lot of clowns up until last year? What was the year of the year? We had three prime ministers. But next year, I mean, we'll be an election year, and we have to be ready for Rishi. Rishi Sazi is a little bit, like I said, a slightly camp Tony Blair, and we'll see how that goes. And of course, with Keir Starmer, who's a friend of mine, Matt Ford, does him very well. Talks about saying the Metropolitan Police, this voice from the back of the throat. So, and Trump will be back next year. Trump features in the play, just a little one-liner, but there'll be a lot of Trump. So he'll be back to the day job next year, I'm sure, Susie, and you can watch then.
Thanks, Rory.
Pleasure.
What an amazing talent he is. And I asked him, Sarah, whether he has to really work on it, but he just says it kind of comes. What an amazing talent.
I don't want to know about that talent. It's like me, it just comes when I'm doing the weather.